How's it going, everyone, and thank you for watching. Today I will be doing a review of my Victorinox Spirit X multi-tool. So here it is, the Victorinox Spirit X. Before I go any farther into this review, I just wanted to say if you're interested in this clip right here, this is a modification that I made to the tool itself. If you're interested in learning how I did that, I'll be posting a link down in the description of the video where you can get to a video that I made about the clip. So moving forward, this is the box that the tool comes in. What comes in the box, you'll get a fancy leather carrying case that I'm not going to use very much since I put the clip on. And you'll also get your standard Victorinox owner's manual type deal. Alright, so moving on to the tool. This once again is the Spirit X model, not the standard Spirit model. But the only difference between the Spirit X and the standard Spirit would be the blade. On the Spirit X, the blade is the pointed edge right up here, whereas on the Spirit model, the blade would be a kind of blunt tip, almost like a butter knife looking blade. So the tool itself is a very nice stainless steel, very highly polished, and you'll notice all the accessories other than the pliers are, here's the pliers, and all the other tools are on the outside, making it very easily accessible. You know, on some of the other or the older Victorinox and Leatherman tools, they put all of the other tools, they put all the tools inside, making you have to open it up and then close it back up again before you can use it. So with this outside design, it's very easily accessible. You don't have to open it up. You can just flip out the tool you need to use and use it. So the reason I chose this tool was because I checked out some forums and some other reviewers, and it was said to be the tool with the most usable tools. Also, since the finish is very highly polished, it makes it much more rust resistant than most other tools, especially Leathermans. I know some people say Leathermans don't rust, but at least from the forums and from my experience, I've found that the whole Leatherman tool itself doesn't rust, but you'll find some small rusting spots on some Leathermans, whereas Victorinox tools, because of the highly polished finish, are very rust resistant. You'll find that each individual tool has its own spring, which makes the action to pull out a tool very smooth. And then once it's out, it locks into place, which is very nice, especially when you're using one of the blades. In order to unlock it, you have these little sliders right here. And you just pull down on the slider and snap it back. Really smooth. Okay, so after I opened up all these tools, I'm going to give you I'm going to show you what this multi-tool has in its arsenal of tools. And correct me if I'm wrong, because there's a bunch of tools in here, so if I get one wrong, don't yell at me for that, but I'll try and do my best. So you got the saw. Well, let's start out with the pliers so I can close it up. So obviously the pliers, and then your hard wire cutter and your standard wire cutter are right in the middle. They'll be the only tool that is in the center of the multi-tool. And then when you close it, very carefully. We'll start on this side with the scissors, and I'll get into a little more depth about those scissors later. You have your smaller flathead screwdriver, then your Phillips head, and then your can opener with another flathead bit. And this would be your metal file with a different file pattern on this side, and then a metal saw right on the tip. Moving on to the other side, you have your standard blade right there, You have this chisel type tool, which is very useful for scraping. What Victorinox calls it is a chisel or a scraper, and then down below you have the wire housing cutters for smaller or circular cables. Right here, this is a wire bender and your bottle opener, and also a flathead bit. Then here you have a reamer or an awl, and this right here I actually think is the only questionably usable tool on the multi-tool, and they call it a multi-purpose hook, I believe. And you know, I'm not exactly sure what you use a multi-purpose hook attached to a reamer for, but I'm sure someone would find a use for it somewhere. But that, I think, is the only, I don't want to call it useless, but probably the least used tool on this whole multi-tool. But you know, they had to fit it, they had some open space right below the reamer, and I'm not sure what else they could have put there. So they kind of just tried to squeeze in an extra tool, whether it be useful or not. And then last but not least, because I probably forgot a tool or two, we have the wood saw, which is a very sharp, very serrated saw that would really chew through some wood. One small downside of this tool would probably come in the scissors, and I haven't really experienced a problem with it yet, but according to some people that I've read on the forums, and various reviewers have said that these scissors aren't the typical Victorinox scissors. The typical Victorinox scissors would have the small spring in the center, and one of these arms would be free to move up and down as wide as you can. But with this new spring mechanism right here, the scissors don't open as wide, and this is their maximum opening distance, so the mouth of the scissors, you can't fit as much into it. But really anything that's bigger than that, you'd probably be using the knife for, so that's why I haven't really experienced a problem with it. But other than that, there's really no downsides that I've experienced with this tool. The tool fits very comfortably in my pocket, especially with this clip that I installed. I'm not a big fan of carrying anything on my belt, really, just because I find it a little bit bulky, but with the clip you can slide it in your pocket and it sits nicely just within reach in your pocket. People might question whether you need this many tools. Maybe you just need a knife for your daily tasks, and really carrying this every day. But truthfully, I do find that you forget about the tool when it's in your pocket. With the clip, it doesn't rattle around in your pocket at all, and it's been great having all these things. You really don't realize how much you use any tool until you have it within easy reach in your pocket. And, I mean, I use this thing every day, whether it be for the smallest task to something larger like fixing something on my car. And before I carried this every day, I didn't. I mean, it sounds kind of cheesy, but I didn't really know what I was missing out on. So it's really been great, and you won't know till you've tried to carry something with this many tools that it actually is very useful. The overall quality of the tool is excellent. The fit and finish is great. You know that the lifetime warranty of these Victorinox tools really show that Victorinox stands behind their products, and they make them really well. So once again, Victorinox Spirit X multi-tool with the clip. If you'd like to check out the clip and how I installed that and what it is, check out the link down below in the description section, and that will bring you to my video on this clip. If you have any questions or comments, please comment on the video or send me a message, and thank you very much for watching.